So welcome to my yoga class. You all know my name is Kristiina, or actually Dawn doesn't know. So welcome. So it's going to be an hour long. I will give you modifications throughout. I think you all got set up with blocks for the class in case you need them. And if you've done yoga before, you might know when to use them. Otherwise, there's certain things that we're doing. I'll let you know, all right? And we're gonna begin lying down, okay? I know you're all seated. Yesterday, nobody was lying down, and they're waiting for me to lie down, but I'm not lying down right in the beginning yet. So, you can just lie down. So find that comfortable position, whether it's your legs out long or in constructive rest pose, where you can have your heels by your butt or your hips and letting your knees rest to take pressure off your back. So in the beginning, we are going to be nourishing our bodies with some breath work, and then progressing into some gentle poses to warm up the body. We'll then progress to some more active poses so that we can invigorate the body and bring some heat, even though it is warm in here a little bit already. And then finally, we will connect with our body, mind, and spirit when we come into Savasana. Okay? So just breathe in naturally, in through the nose and out. Just let the breath flow in and out. To begin to calm your mind and to clear your mind. Maybe let our intention today be ahimsa, which is non-violence to self. By paying attention to our bodies and bringing quiet to our mind. Practicing non-violence today on our mats. Let's just be honest with where we are today. Let go of any need to push in any of the poses. As for some reason, maybe they're just not right for you today. And as mentioned, I will try to provide the modifications. We'll be seeking stillness in the poses. We're still breathing in through the nose and out, which is Ujjayi breathing. You can begin to deepen the breath and maybe notice where it's going. Progressing to three-part breathing, where you'll be breathing into the belly, the rib cage, and up into your chest. And then exhaling slowly in reverse. So as you inhale, fill your belly, feel your rib cage expand, and lift the chest. And exhale slowly through the chest, the ribs, and your belly. Again, deep breath in, into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest, and then slowly and completely exhale. Continue with that for 3 to 5 breaths on your own. are you feeling? Are we ready to move our bodies? We'll begin with something simple. Let's just draw the knees into the chest. You gently hug them with your hands and just gently circle in one direction, letting the breath flow in and out. Gentle massage in the spine. Let's find ourselves going in reverse. Hold still, and let's just bring our heels back down by our glutes. Knees are up to the ceiling, toes in line with the knees, and just bring the arms along the side of your body. We're going to slowly lift our hips into bridge pose, so squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and then slowly lower down. So as you breathe in, you lift the hips, squeezing the glutes, and exhale one vertebrae down at a time. Continue with a few on our own like this, where we're just going to be warming up the spine, warming up the hamstrings, stretching into the quads and opening up through the hips in front. Now, depending on how you're feeling, remember non-violence. Our bodies today. You can just stay with the hip lifts, or you can add in the arms as you breathe in, bring the arms up overhead, and then as you exhale, lower the arms down to the side of the body with the hips. Again, breathe in as we lift, and exhale. At any time during the class, if you start getting warm, one of the things you can do is to breathe out of the mouth. That way you'll be releasing some heat that you've generated in the body. One more time. And then slowly, let's bring the arms down and the hips down. We're gonna come to a seated pose. So just bring your knees to your chest, take your hamstrings, hold them, and cross your ankles maybe, and just rock up to a seated position. We're in Sukhasana now. We're gonna do some gentle twisting here. And just so that we're all going the same way, I'm gonna ask, since I have mine, I'm gonna ask you all to have your left leg in front. Okay. If your spine, you feel like you're rounding in your spine, your option is to sit on a block. That will help to drop the knees down as well as lengthen the spine. So test it out, see if it works, see if it makes a difference, okay? Let's take in a breath, reaching the hands up overhead. And then as we exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor and left arm by your ear. Just gently warming up through the spine, creating a gentle curve. Think of the letter C. Maintaining the left glute, or the sit bone down to the floor. And throughout these poses, just breathe in naturally, in through the nose and out. One more breath here, and then let's breathe, bring the arms up. Exhale as we rotate to your left. Bring your hand or wrist outside the left knee. Take your left arm in behind your back and find the length in your spine. Just gently looking over that back shoulder. Just breathing in. Whenever we're doing any mobility in our spine, always consider how straight is your spine. You want to breathe and create space. As we breathe in, let's lift that left arm up, and exhale, just bring the arm by your ear where you're dropping your right shoulder down towards your right knee. Take a breath in, reach the hands up overhead, and as we exhale, let's just come forward, just for a short moment. Rest your hands on the floor, maybe your elbows. Just feel the connection to the earth, the stretch through the back. Walk our hands in, and let's just switch the legs. Taking a breath, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, left down to the floor, and right arm by your ear. Draw the shoulder back again. Try to keep the body open. Soften the left elbow. Notice the separation of the ribs on the right side. Let's breathe the hands up. And of course, as we exhale, rotate to your right. Bring the hand or the wrist outside the knee to help leverage the twist. Bring your right hand in behind your back. Can't remember if I mentioned it. Already think about it as your second spine. Or imagine a gold string lifting up through the crown of your head down to your tail. And maybe see where you can take your eyes a little further back along the wall or the mirrors. Right arm up, yes. And exhale, just curve the spine. Bring the arm by your ear again. Chin is just tucked into the chest. Possibly as we do this, you might feel this in the glutes. Up again. Exhale, let's come forward again. One last time. Come to the elbows if it's you. If not, don't worry. Walk our hands in, and let's just swing our feet around so we can come onto our hands and knees. Here you want your shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, or horse stance. We're going to progress to cat and cow. So let's pull the belly in, tuck your chin in, and drop your tailbone, rounding the spine. Breathe in as we reverse the spine, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest. Inhale to cat again, push into your hands and knees. Exhale to cow. Round the back. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. When we come into cow, we have a wonderful back extension. We come into cat, back flexion, a All of this is helping to mobilize our spine for what's coming. Let's just hold here in horse stance and bring in an upper flow into our torso. So let's take our left hand, let's thread it underneath the armpit, bring your ear to the floor, shoulder to the floor, stretching through the upper back, your upper torso. Let's bring some movement into this. So as we breathe in, unthread the needle, reach the left arm up to the sky, and then as we exhale, thread it through again. Inhale again as we lift it up. Exhale as we thread it through. Inhale, rise, and exhale. If I'm going too fast or too slow for you, we can all move at our own pace for the next few. Okay? Warming up through the upper back. Finish up with one more, and let's all come back to our hands and knees. Let's try the other side. So let's thread the needle, palm up, shoulder to the floor, ear to the floor. If it doesn't happen, that's okay, because we're just going to breathe in, unthread, and reach up. And then exhale as we thread through. Breathing in as we open up. Exhale as we thread the needle. Inhale again as you open. Exhale as you thread. So again, do a few on your own, at your own pace. Remember, if you need to, breathe out of the mouth to get warm. Let's just finish up one more. Find ourselves in horse stance when you're ready. All right. Let's step our right foot forward. Bring the knee over the ankle. You want the weight in your heels, and you want your shin perpendicular to the floor. You want your other knee on the floor, of course, toes uncurled, so that we can get a stretch in the hip flexor. So see if we can get a 45-degree angle here. And some of you may need blocks, never know, for your hands or something. If it helps you, you can put the hands if you need them. See where you're at, but otherwise let's just shift the hips back, stretching the hamstring, coming forward into the hip flexor. So we're just going to flow with this. Take it back, and as you come forward, breathe in, then exhale as you take it back. Gentle stretch for your hamstrings and your hip flexor. If you sit a lot, run, ride a bike, they can get tight. Let's finish up in our hip flexor stretch. When you're ready, you can all come here. And then let's all take that right foot back. Step your left foot forward. Again, you can use the blocks for your hands if you need to. If not, hands on the floor. Same setup. Knee is over the ankle, perpendicular. Knee on the floor. Let's take it back. And come come forward. Breathing out as we go back. Inhale as we go forward. It's not necessary to straighten the knee. Hold the pose or hold the position if you like. If you want to stretch the hamstring, you can stay there a little longer. Now let's just finish up in our hip flexor stretch. And then let's all just take that foot back. And let's come into child's pose. So what's that? Bring your hips back to your heels. Stretch your arms out long in front. Rest your forehead on the floor if you like. If your breath feels constricted here, you can take your knees out a little wider, okay? Also, child's pose is a wonderful, safe pose to come back to at any time during the class if you're feeling unsafe or your breath gets a little quick, okay? So we're gonna come up right now, rise up, keep your hands where they are. Just bring your knees in under the hips if you had taken them out a little wider. We're gonna come into downward facing dog. So curl those toes, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And here, we're gonna find our setup for down dog. When we're here later on. You want to spread your fingers like starfish. You want to press into the palms and press your heels slightly back. We're setting up Hasta Bandha, which is strong into the hands, and Pada Bandha, footlock, which is strong into the feet. Your knees can be slightly bent. Your biceps are by your ears and eyes are looking to the shins. Your mat may be slippery, I apologize. Really push into the fingers maybe. We'll just pedal the feet quickly for a little bit or just slowly, alternating, stretching through the calves. Breathe in as you bring your body forward into high plank. Come to the knees right now. And then we're just gonna shift, uncurl your toes and just shift back into child's pose. Breathe in, come forward in. We're just gonna warm up here and exhale, take it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, take it back. Notice when you go back into child's pose, you get a great stretch through the back. Let's finish up in child's pose. From here, you're just gonna curl your toes, lift your hips into downward facing dog, and then we're just gonna walk our feet towards our hands and find ourselves in a forward fold. Here you can have your feet hip width or together. Knees are soft. You're pulling the belly in to support the back. And I encourage you to try to allow your chest to rest on the thighs. Head is long, arms are relaxed. Let's bring our hands to the shins to lift the chest for a flat back. Let's release back down to fold. And from here, we're just gonna breathe in, bend the knees, rise up, extended mountain, and exhale to mountain pose. So we're at the top of our mat somewhere, so we have room to step back. Everybody good? Good? Need some water? Yes, me too. Need those water breaks. so top of the mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale as we come forward to a fold. Let's bring our hands to the shins, lift the chest, release back down to fold. Let's bend the knees, breathe in, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, soften down to your fold, neck relax. Breathe in, bend the knees, rise up. Swan dive to fold. Hands to shins, flat back, release back down to your fold. Breathe in, rise up. And this time just exhale to mountain pose. So we're gonna start getting into the active poses. We're gonna invigorate our body. We're gonna get warmer, all right? So, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step back to down dog. We are beginning with sun salutations though. Tuck your chin, bring your body forward into plank, shoulders over wrists. First round, come to your knees. Let's lower ourselves halfway, keep those elbows tight to the body. Hips down, squeeze back, roll shoulders back. Cobra, option anytime, all right? Let's tuck our toes, lift our hips, come into downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees. Let's bring the right foot to the hand. Help it if you need to. And then step the left foot in. We're in fold. Let's bend the knees, rise up, extended mountain. And let's come to mountain pose. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, swan dive to fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Think of an inverted V. Tuck your chin and roll through spine to high plank. This time, knees or toes, you choose, crocodile. Come into upward facing dog if you're on your toes. Uncurl the toes here, squeeze the butt. Let's tuck our toes, let's take it back. Bend your knees, left foot springs forward. Help it if you need to with your hand, okay? And then we all step into fold. Breathe in, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale to mountain. Inhale. Forward fold. Step back to down dog. Come forward to high plank. Knees or toes you choose. Glue the armpits to keep elbows tight. Upward facing dog. Cobra. Take your tuck toes, take it back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, right foot comes forward. Bring the other knee down, and that can help you bring that foot forward. We all keep that knee down, and then lift the right arm up to twist. Bring your hand down to the floor. Let's lift the knee and step forward to fold. Hands to shins as you lift the chest. Release back down. Breathe in, rise up. And exhale. Breathe in. Forward fold. Soften those knees. Step back to downward facing dog. Heels press back, hip width apart. Bring your body forward to plank. Knees or toes. Knees, great option for building strength in those arms. Cobra if you were on your knees, otherwise upward facing dog. Let's lift our hips. Lunge, left foot to the hand. Bring the knee down, help the foot forward if you need to. And reach your left arm up to twist. Bring your hand down. Let's lift the knee and step forward to fold. Hands to shins. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, rise up. And exhale. One more time each side. Forward fold. Step back. Come to plank. Crocodile. Cobra or upward facing dog. Take it back to downward facing dog. Lunge your right foot forward. You can choose knee up or down, but we lift that right arm. Bring the hand down, lift the knee, lift the chest, step to fold. Hands to shins. Release back down to the fold. And rise up, extended mountain. And mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to down dog. Come forward, high plank. Crocodile. Upward facing dog, squeeze that butt. Exhale, lift back up. Lunge, left foot forward. Knee up or down, but reach that left arm up. Bring your hand down, lift the knee, lift the chest. Step to forward fold. Hands to shins. Soften down to the fold. And then one more time, rise up. And hands to your side. Grab some water. We're gonna work our legs. This is one way of getting our water in for the day. So we're at the top of the mat. Let's all step our right foot back into a warrior one. So take it back far, okay? Right heel's on the floor. Left knee is over your ankle so you see your toes. Adjust that foot so that you can square your hips. So toes are facing the front of the room, okay? Breathe the arms up. Exhale, let's sink into that left heel. If you need to, you can bend the elbows if it feels a little bit more comfortable, depending on you today. You can even bring your hands to your thighs, okay? What you want to think about is pressing into the soles of your feet, bringing that energy then up into your legs. Your tailbone is dropping to maintain stability. Taking a breath, hinge from the hips, bringing the chest forward, and then as you exhale, release your hands back. Reaching them towards the back heel. Scapular are coming closer together for your shoulder blades. Feeling your heart opening here. You may notice that you feel like you're gonna rip the mat between your feet. It's not yours, it doesn't matter. And as we hold here, we're breathing. Possibly you're breathing out of the mouth. Next time we breathe in, don't move your left foot, just open your body to a warrior two, so we're turning to the right. Okay? So double check, left knee over ankle, you see your toes. Adjust that right foot, so toe, or your ankle's at 90 degrees or 45. Think about pressing the left knee towards your baby toe. Arms are out. Shoulder blades coming closer. And maybe imagine that you're able to touch a wall behind your back. Right glute is strong. Taking a breath as you reach to me. Bring your arm light to the leg. Exhale, other arm by your ear. Side angle pose. Have a mirror to look at. You've got a 45-degree angle from your hand, shoulder, hip through heel. Depending on you, you can come deeper. So you can take the arm outside the leg, or you can just rest it lightly, maintaining the strength in the leg. As we breathe, keep the legs low, but just windmill the arm to peaceful warrior. So now we're stretching the side of the body. beginning to feel the burn in the leg, if you haven't felt it earlier. Back hand is light on the leg, ribs separating again. And as we breathe, let's straighten that left leg and exhale, reach further back for a reverse triangle. A little reprieve. Come into warrior two. Take a couple breaths here. Looking good, folks. Let's bring our hands down to the floor. Let's lift that heel. And somehow, let's all step into fold. So from here, just roll through the spine and rise up. If you have a towel, pat yourself. Okay, other side. Left foot back. Yeah, left. So again, hip width apart. Hips are square, so all the toes are facing to the front of the room. Right knee over ankle, okay? Breathe the arms up and exhale. Remember, you can bend your elbows if this feels better, okay? And yoga's not about how you look at a pose, it's actually how you feel, okay? Anatomically, we're all different, so we're all gonna look different. Breathe in, hinge from the hips. Exhale, reach the arms back. Eyes looking comfortably in front. Pressing strongly into the back straight leg. Energizing through the feet. Breathe in as we open up into a warrior two. So now we face your left. Maybe slide that left foot back a bit if you need to. Double check the right foot, toe in line with knee. So maybe you gotta move the foot. Shin is perpendicular to the floor. Squeezing the left glute. Shoulders relaxed, but arms are out long. Breathe, reach to me. Let's extend it. Arm to the leg, other arm by your ear. Depending on you, sometimes one side somehow can do a little bit more. Have a look at a mirror again. 45-degree angle through the top side of your body. Maybe your eyes are looking up, bringing the arm behind your ear. We're probably finding that we're breathing deep here. Breathe in, keep the legs low, just windmill the arms into peaceful warrior. So right knee is still bent, left hand light to the leg, and lengthen through the body. Breathe the hands down to the floor. Oh, I forgot the warrior two. Anyways, let's step in. And roll up. Okay. I am combining some strength work still with some balance. So I suggest you get some blocks. Let's place them in front. We're going to set up a warrior three. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you. Okay, people getting water. Everyone surviving? Okay. Anyways, blocks in front in case you need them. Okay, we'll start with the blocks, so okay. So just bring your fingertips light to the blocks. Let's bend our knees. And then we're just gonna lift the right leg up for a warrior three. So the left knee is bent. Remember, it's strength with some balance work here. So you're trying to keep the body parallel to the floor, so you level those hips. If necessary, you can touch down with that right toe and even keep the toe on the floor. Now see where you're at. You can release your hands from the blocks and open your arms out wide, right from the shoulders. Eyes just looking down. Just stay here for 3 breaths. 2, 1. Bring your hands down to the blocks, then step in. Let's try the other side. Let's lift the left, level those hips. So you can just stay here with your hands on the blocks, still getting that balance work, or open the arms out. Ooh, I had to touch down. That's okay. Balance we should work on every day. 3 breaths. 2. And 1. Hands to the block. Step your feet in. And then roll up. Tree pose. Stand on your left foot. Let's open up the right hip. So open up the knee. That way you can keep the toe on the floor or bring the foot to the calf or up to the inner thigh. Okay. Hands together. As we breathe in, lift your hands up. Exhale, relax your shoulders, and then open your arms out. So you're spreading the toes to root your tree. You're squeezing the glute to lift the hips, and you're pushing foot into leg. If you seem to be losing that higher position, just come to the alternative. Taking a breath, and then as we exhale, let's take our tree over to the right. Curve your spine. Don't look at anything moving. Definitely more of a challenge. Inhale, let's take it to the other side. And exhale. Let's release. Other side, so open up your hip first. Remember, toe on the floor is okay. Hands together, reach up. Relax those shoulders. You got your foot on the leg, it's pushing into the calf or the thigh, not the knee. The knee's not meant to move that way. Spreading those toes again. Taking a breath, and as we exhale, let's curve our spine to the left this time. It's okay to touch down. Recognize you still got most of the weight on that standing leg. Therefore, you're still balancing. Breathe in as we take it in reverse to the other side. And let the breath out. We have good days and bad days for balance. Come on out. So no judgment. It was a good, bad day. Let's move our blocks. Let's come into a forward fold and just step back into downward facing dog. We're going to stretch our hips. So hands shoulder width, feet hip width. Let's lift the left leg up into 3-legged dog and bend that knee, letting the foot drop towards the glute. Push into those hands equally. We're stretching through the front of the good. So let's just bring that left knee towards our left wrist. Okay? Coming into swan or pigeon. So, depending on you, you might want to, if you're tight in your hips, you might want to just go 90-90, and that's fine. Or you can come into a figure four where you lay on your back, cross one foot over the thigh and hold your hamstrings. You can also put a block under your feet, okay? Or if you're gonna come into swan, you're gonna tuck that left foot in, roll the right hip towards the heel. Your left knee right now is near the edge of the mat or outside your shoulders. Breathe in, and as we exhale, we can just stay here, feeling our hips drop. This might be enough. The option also is, if you like to, you can put a block under the hips. It may help you to relax into that stretch more, okay? Play with it and see what you need. If you want, you can come forward, okay? As you breathe, just softening into it a bit more. Stretching into your left glute. Whenever we come into pigeon, suppose that actually we need to hold a little longer than some. An intense stretch. Reason there is modifications then. Let's all just bring our hands under the shoulders. Let's curl that back toe. Let's come into downward facing dog. You may want to just pedal the feet a little bit. Might feel good for the hips. And when you're ready, lift your right leg up and then bend that knee, letting the foot drop towards the glute, opening up the right hip. Find your hand lock by pressing into your palms and into the fingers. Coming into a pigeon, so let's bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Remember, all those variations you can do. Otherwise, right knee towards the edge of your mat. Tuck the heel in, left hip towards the right heel. If you need that block, put it under your hips. Test it out to see if it works. Okay? And remember, you can stay up high. Walk your hands in to lift the chest. And just sit down on your side, and we're just going to swing that leg around. Find ourselves in a seated position. Let's keep our left leg long. Bring the right foot in. Slide that left hip back. I don't know, maybe you might want to block under your knee. Might be possible. Breathe in, lift the arms, and then as we exhale, bring your chest towards your leg. We're stretching the hamstring, so maybe you might want to bend that knee. Hands can just rest on the floor, quietly on the leg. Trying not to hold on to anything. It could result in the opposite of what we want. Maybe direct your eyes towards your feet, helping to lengthen in your spine. Stretch into the back. Walk our hands in, and let's just switch the legs. Slide that hip back so things are square. Remember, you can bend the knee. Maybe start with it there. Breathe in, and exhale. Just bring your chest towards the leg. Soften your hands, soften your face, your shoulders. Again, try to let go, try not to hold on to anything. Walk our hands in to lift the chest. Just take your legs long, and let's first bring ourselves down to the floor so we can lay long. And we have one more spinal twist. Take your arms out wide, palms up. We have our shoulders anchored. Let's bring our left knee in towards the chest. And then just slowly lower the left knee to the right. Toe can touch the side of the leg. Anchoring our shoulders. And maybe turning your eyes along the left arm. Roll onto our back, extend that leg. Let's draw the other one in as we breathe in. And then as we exhale, let's roll to our left, anchoring your right shoulder down and maybe turning your eyes again away from the knee. Back onto our back. Progress to Savasana. Your options are, of course, lengthening the legs out, letting ankles and thighs go out. Or if you would like some support for your back, bring your feet near your hips, maybe shoulder width apart, and let your knees rest together. Dim the lights. You may like to close your eyes. your head's on the flat part so the chin is tucked in. Allowing your spine to be connected to the earth, from the crown of your head to your tail. Adjust any pressure points that you may have. Soften your face, your jaw. Soften through the chest, shoulders, down the length of your arms, to the hands and your fingers. Soften through the belly, through the hips, down through the legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Allow yourself to let everything go. Back to our natural breathing, flowing in and out of the nose, Ujjayi breath. However, if you are warm, breathe out of the mouth. This time is for you. Being still and just breathing. Bring quiet to the mind. We're connecting our breath with our body, mind, and spirit. This may be the most difficult pose or asana today, the art of doing nothing. It's just breathing. Begin to lengthen your breath, drawing it deep into the body for 3, 2, 1. Pause and slowly exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Pause, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue with this breathing on your own, counting silently at your own pace. Keeping the exhale longer than the inhale. Bringing us into the parasympathetic nervous system. Bringing our bodies into rest and digest. This is known as sinking breath. Follow your breath in and notice how your mind has become quiet and how your body has become still. Your body has softened into the earth. It is resting. Staying relaxed. Let's just begin to move our fingers and our toes, gently awakening the body. Maybe circling wrists and ankles. bringing movement into the joints and the limbs. You might like to stretch out long, reaching fingers away from toes for a full body stretch. See what your body's telling you right now. What does it need? You may like to draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Feel the release in the back. Take a moment to give thanks to your body. You can roll onto one side, finding yourself in a recovery position. And then use your hands and your arms to lift yourself up to a seated position. And let's breathe together. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale as we bring them down to our heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Well, thank you folks for coming, so much appreciated. You can turn the video off.